Welcome to the Girl, You're a Goddess podcast, the sacred space where divine feminine energy meets empowered living. I'm Hilary Burton, a licensed therapist, feminine empowerment coach, and professional dominatrix, here to guide you on a transformative journey of confidence, sensuality, and magnetic power. Whether you're manifesting your dream life, reigniting passion in your relationships, or simply seeking more joy and pleasure, this podcast is your guide to becoming the goddess that you were meant to be. Hello, beautiful goddesses. I am so glad that you are here today. And even though this is our typical recording release, today's episode is completely spontaneous. This is something that was coming to me today, and I'll get into it why, but it is so important. And so I'm going to ask you a very important question right now. What are your wildest dreams? What are your wildest dreams? Have you ever been asked that question? And have you ever asked yourself that question? Why do we go through so much of our lives without even considering our wildest dreams and without even considering going for that? We follow the status quo, we fit inside the box, we do the mediocre day to day, we have the career, we have a family, we have the house. But what lights you up? What are you passionate about? Sure, you might enjoy your job, the work you do might be fulfilling, but what excites you? What lights you up in life? And if you are not incorporating any of that into your life, here is your permission, your encouragement, and your massive nudge to go do it. Just go do it. I always think about the fact that when I am 90, I don't want to say, man, I really should have tried out being a dominatrix. I think that would have been really fun. Wow, I wish I would have done more modeling when I was younger because I wanted to do that, but I just never thought that I could. I never thought that I was worthy. I never thought I was beautiful enough. Wow, I wish I would have taken those vacations when I was younger because now I don't have the health or the mobility or the energy to go do those things. I really wish that I would have taken more time to be in relationships with other people and experience other things before I settled down, right? These are all future things that I think about that I'm like, when I am 80, 90 years old, I don't want to have these regrets. So it might seem silly to people that I'm doing all these photo shoots and I'm getting into modeling and that, I'm taking this avenue and experiencing this and playing with it and having fun. But why not? It's something that brings me joy. It's something that's fulfilling for me. It's something that it puts me in my feminine energy because when I am in front of the camera, I feel like I can just flow, I can just be, there's nothing I need to do. And I love seeing, this sounds a little woo-woo, I love seeing my essence and my aura captured, right? It's not like I really see something in the camera, but we always see ourselves through a mirror. And so you're used to what that version of you looks like, but then to see yourself behind the lens, and not only the lens of one person, but the lens of so many different people, and to see the parts of you that they capture, parts of you that you might not even know, parts of you that you're like, wow, I didn't know I could look like that. Wow, oh my gosh, that's me. Wow, look at my expression there. And some of my favorite photos are the ones that are just kind of behind the scenes or between poses, right? So when it's not something that's super posed and super structured, it's just me letting go and feeling free and flowing with that. And those are some of my absolute favorite photos because they are so natural. And it's times like that when I'm like, wow, I didn't realize I looked like that. And I look at myself every day in the mirror and I love my body. And now within the past 5 years, I have grown to love myself, love the way I look, love my natural beauty. But that wasn't always the case. And so it's so incredibly beautiful for me to connect to myself through those different photos and the different looks, and it's kind of like different parts of me. And sometimes I feel like depending on the style of the shoot, like I'm planning a Victorian dominatrix shoot with someone right now, and we're going over all the details, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I'm tapping into a past life of mine. I think I was a dominatrix in the Victorian era, and now we're just tapping into that past life, which is so cool. And so I feel like I've discovered so much of myself in all of the different photo shoots, in the modeling opportunities, and I do a lot of brand and print modeling, but I do want to do more runway modeling, but that's what I'm getting into, right? And so I'm delving into all these little different parts and seeing what really calls to me and what I enjoy and what's fun and playful. So if there is something that you have thought about trying and you're like, well, I don't really have any experience with this, I'm brand new, or I don't know if I'm going to like it, just try it. Just try it. What, absolute worst case, you don't like it and you spend an afternoon doing something that you're like, I don't need to do that again. And now you know. And now you can cross it off your list. And if there's something else you want to try, you have the space to go do that. A big thing for this episode is, one, not only realizing that you have big dreams and that you haven't explored any of those dreams, but what's keeping you from going after those dreams, right? What's keeping you from doing that wild, crazy, exciting thing that you've never done? Is it limiting beliefs? Do you think you're not worthy? Do you think you're not capable? Is it support, right? Is it family or friends that you feel like would be unsupportive or wouldn't encourage you or wouldn't understand why you're doing what you're doing? Is it your own support? Do you feel like you don't have enough time or money or energy to go do that thing that you want to try? And so there are solutions for every single one of those setbacks, limiting beliefs, whatever it is. There's a solution for every single one of those. And so do not let yourself fall into the trap that, oh, I can't do this because, I can't do this because. Do not tell yourself that you can't do anything. You are literally capable of whatever you set your mind to. And it might take some problem solving. It might take a few adjustments. But also, once you set your mind to it and you tell yourself, I am capable of this, this is going to happen, you will start to attract in the opportunities, the resources, the time, the things that you need to make that possible. Because the universe is going to start bringing that to you. You say, this is something that brings me joy, passion, and fulfillment. I am worthy of this. I want to experience this. I want to bring this beautiful experience into my reality. Boom. You let go of those limiting beliefs. You let go of all the minutia that's trapping you from doing that. And the universe will start to bring it into you. I did not think that I was going to be a model. I wanted to be a model when I was 13, 14 years old. And honestly, I felt like such an ugly duckling in high school that I didn't think I could be on that side of the runway. And so I decided I wanted to be a fashion designer because I was like, well, if I'm not pretty enough or skinny enough or whatever it is to be a model, then at least I can design the clothes for the models. And so even at that age, even at 15, 16 years old, I had already told myself I was not capable, I was not worthy, and that wasn't an option for me. And so a decade and a half later, 15 years later, I decided that who's to stop me? Who says I can't do this? I can do whatever I want. And I built my confidence up through bodybuilding. I started doing photo shoots because of my bodybuilding journey and realized I really enjoyed being in front of the camera. And I loved seeing that phase of my life being captured. And so after that shoot, I didn't get into photos for a while. But then I knew I wanted to do some branding photo shoots for my businesses. And so I started doing that and it just all snowballed. And I realized how much I loved doing it, how much joy it brought me. And the fact that I could have been doing that for a decade. I could have been doing these incredible, fulfilling, fun, playful photo shoots. And I didn't have the belief or the self-worth to do them. And that might seem crazy now, knowing what I'm doing, but if you don't have that inner belief and that inner knowing that you are capable, you are worthy, it's not going to happen. Everything in your life is also going to align with that. Everything in your life is going to align with the fact that it's not happening, you're not capable, and you're not worthy. So shift your mindset around it. Build the skills, do the practice, get the experience, whatever you think you need to tell yourself that you are worthy. My best advice is just to jump out and go do it. Just go do it and stop letting excuses stop you. Go do it, experience it, try it. You're probably going to realize you love it. And now you have something that's bringing you joy and fulfillment and excitement every single day. You have a whole new outlet in life. So I want to go back and tell a little bit more of the story because I feel like it's really inspiring to see how I got here. The first photo shoot I ever booked was right after my bodybuilding show. It was literally the next day because I wanted to capture my physique right at that time. I knew that I didn't plan on bodybuilding in the future, and I wanted photogenic proof of what my body looked like and all the hard work I had put in and how far I had come at that point. And so I do this photo shoot. I have an absolute blast. I still treasure those photos to this day. And I didn't really think any more about it. And I was like, wow, those actually turned out better than I thought they would. And I enjoyed that process more than I thought I would. And so then I am building these businesses and brands, and I need headshots and I need photos and I need content. And so I start connecting with some photographers at business networking events, and we do a couple photo shoots, and I realize how much I love it. How much I feel free and flowing and safe in front of the camera. And I mean, it takes practice, right? So there are incredible photographers who know how to pose you, position you, the expression on your face, but it's going to feel awkward at first. But then after, I don't know, I'd say 4 or 5 photo shoots, I started feeling really good about it. And I'm like, okay, I'm coming into my own. I know the poses that work well for my body. I know how to angle my body. I know how to angle my face. I know how to make good expressions with my face. I know how to soften my eyes instead of looking like this all the time because I have big eyes. And so if I am looking intensely, then it can be quite a scary photo. So it's all of these little tiny things that you start to perfect. Just like anything else, it takes experience. And so if you were thinking, well, I don't think I'm going to be very good at this thing that I'm thinking about, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just go do it. Just go try it. My first photo shoots were not incredible, right? And I really relied on the photographers and their cues and their poses because I didn't know what to do with my body. And so now that I know how to move my body, I know how to pose and angle myself, and I know the right expressions to make, it is so incredible. Like the joy that I get from shooting with a photographer, and it's so creative. It's such a fun outlet, and I have learned that I really enjoy being seen. I enjoy being seen. I enjoy being noticed, and like what I was talking before, I feel like it captures my essence. It captures my aura. I love seeing myself in different ways, different phases, different looks, different lighting. It varies so much. And I feel like these are all pieces of me that I get to experience in this way. So I start doing more photo shoots. I'm feeling much more confident. And as of 2023, I had Miami Swim Week on my vision board for 2 years. I kept putting it on my vision board, kept putting on my vision board. I did not know anyone in Miami Swim Week. I did not have any connections. I knew nothing other than it's one of the biggest swimwear fashion shows in the world, and I wanted to walk that runway. Why this bug got into my head, I don't know. I just decided that that's for me, and that's what I'm going to do. I do know now that it was literally the universe, it was divine guidance telling me that I needed to go do that. And I know the reason now. And so it was on my vision board for years. And it was last year in January, because Miami Swim Week is end of May, beginning of June, that I decided I was going to do it. And booked my hotel, booked my flights, everything. And I was there for 9 days because I needed to be there for the auditions and then all of the days of the show as well, because I didn't have anything set up. I had tried to do a few online auditions ahead of time. They were all booked up. I could never get in. And I was like, well, I'm going to show up because I feel called to do this. And absolute worst case, I'm there, I experience it, I don't walk the runway, and I come home. That was absolute worst case though, and that was not an option for me. Coming home without doing that was not an option for me. It was a brick wall mentality. I am going to do this. I am capable, I am valuable, I am worthy, and I'm going to do this. So flew to Miami. I don't know anybody in Miami. I don't know anyone in the fashion industry. Nothing. I show up to my hotel day one and I'm like, here I am. Where do I go? What do I do? And I knew I would figure it out. And so I had a schedule of auditions to go to, and I show up and show up and show up again, and they are brutal. And we were standing in the sun for 6 or 7 hours. We're waiting in line. We are in a swimsuit and 4-inch heels, and we're standing in the sun. There's nowhere to sit. There's barely any water. We are out in the elements. It was brutal. Would I ever go through that process again? No. But all of that was there for me to build the discipline, to know that I am capable, to push through the hard things, and to prove that this is something that I really want. I did have to push through those miserable experiences to get where I wanted to be and to have that experience. And so day after day after day after day, I think there were 4 days of auditions. They were all brutal. Didn't hear back. And so I would go to events every evening. So that was during the day. I would have to go to the hotel and take a nap and grab a snack. And I literally have hard-boiled eggs and lunch meat in my hotel fridge because I have to have something protein, but I don't want to be eating a lot of carbs and feel puffy. And so I would go take a nap, and then I would go out for the evening, and I would go to networking events, and I would meet other models, and I would meet designers. And I ended up networking my way through Miami Swim Week because the auditions were not going as planned. And I knew this was meant for me. And I knew I wasn't coming home until I walked that runway. So there's all these opportunities that seem to be really great, and then they end up falling through. So I would get my hopes up, and then I would be disappointed and get my hopes up. And it was a whirlwind. It was an exhausting roller coaster of a whirlwind. And it finally happened on Saturday. I got an opportunity, did fittings for Saturday for Sunday's show. And Sunday was the very last show of Miami Swim Week. So on Saturday, I made it into the very last show. And I did. I walked the runway in Miami Swim Week for 3 different brands. It was incredible. I loved the experience of it. I loved the feeling of it. And all of that was meant to teach me I am capable. I am capable of more than I think I am. I am capable of my wildest dreams. If I want something, if I want an experience, if I want to achieve something, all I have to do is tell myself that I am capable of it. And it'll happen. The odds of me walking in Miami Swim Week were astronomical. The amount of women auditioning there. And I had to keep telling myself, why not me? Why not me? I am just as worthy. I am just as valuable. I am just as beautiful. Why not me? And that is what got me through that entire week. That and the fact that I told myself I'm not getting on that plane until I do this. That's the brick wall of determination that I have in my mind. And so I think at some point the universe is like, oh, she's not kidding. She's really not getting on that plane until this happens. Let's make it happen. But I put in the work. I put in the time. I had to regulate my emotions. I had to keep my stress and my anxiety low. There were so many things that I had to work through in that week to even be able to walk on the runway on Sunday. I mean, I considered coming home by day 4 because I was so done. And I was like, I could just leave right now. But I won't disappoint myself like that. And I made a commitment to follow this through. And I am here for a reason. And I am going to see that through. Like, I am going to accomplish this. So, all of that being said, I walked in Miami Swim Week with 0 experience, 0 knowledge, no connections, nobody there. I don't know a single soul in Miami. And I flew there and I did it. And so that entire experience, I know why that was put in my brain and I know why I did it. It was to teach me that I truly am capable of my wildest dreams. And there is nothing out there stopping me but me. I am the only thing keeping myself from achieving these things. How often do you know someone that will go put themselves in that position, that will go do something that terrifying, that draining, that exhausting, that massive, without any experience, without any knowledge, just to go do it? So I'm telling you this because I am submitting for Sports Illustrated, and every year they have their applications for the next year's rookies. And I filmed my submission video this morning. And so I was on Instagram last night and I was scrolling and I happened to see some other women's submission videos. And they were incredible quality, super professional, tied in all the Sports Illustrated elements, all of these big things. And it made me question, can I do this? Am I worthy of this? Am I up to this level? Who am I? So I had to reframe my entire thought process. I am beyond worthy. I am beyond capable. I am beyond valuable. They would be lucky to have me. They would be lucky to have me. My presence, my energy, the support and encouragement that I give to women. Sports Illustrated aligning with my brand. Can you imagine how many women that would support and uplift and encourage? And encourage women to find their confidence, their self-worth, their self-love, their authenticity. Sports Illustrated is truly choosing diverse women now with natural bodies, natural beauty, and I love the direction they're going with. And so I feel like it would be such an incredible collaboration and to help women know, if I can do it, so can you. If I can do it, what's stopping you? And the amount of women that currently are models for Sports Illustrated that say, why not you? Why not you? We are here supporting each other. We are here uplifting each other and encouraging each other. And we are being role models for that. And these women are standing up and saying that. And if they can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. If any one of us can do it, we can all do it. The women out there doing huge, incredible things, they are proof that you can do it too. We're all special, but there's nothing extravagantly special that gives someone massive skills or massive opportunity or just huge, incredible things over someone else. It's our mindset. It's how we're limiting ourselves. There was no one out there limiting you more than you. It's your mindset, it's your limiting beliefs, it's your lack of self-worth, it's your lack of confidence. Those are the things that are stopping you from going after your big dreams. And when you are 90, you don't want to tell yourself, I wish I would have done that. I should have just done it. I should have just done it. Who cares what anyone else thought? Who cares if I wasn't good at it? At least I tried. At least I experienced it. Go out there and do it. Go reach for those big dreams. What are your wildest dreams? What are you passionate about? What do you want to experience? There is no better time than today. Tomorrow is never promised. Ever. You can make the most elaborate plans to go do that special thing 6 months, a year from now. Tomorrow's never promised. Do it today. Write down your wildest dreams and then write down what's stopping you from achieving them. And I can tell you most of it is going to be in your mind. Because a lot of the situational things, problem solve it. You can figure out a solution. And once you put that in your mind, the universe is going to start arranging things for you and start attracting those opportunities. If I can go from an awkward, dorky 15-year-old with glasses, terrible acne, braces, a full torso back brace, and a rolling backpack, already giving up on my dreams of being a model because I didn't feel confident or worthy enough, to walking in Miami Swim Week with zero experience, zero knowledge, the swimsuit on my body, literally, to now applying for Sports Illustrated. If I can do that, you can do it too. You can literally push through any boundary, any ceiling. You are worthy, you are valuable, and you are more than capable of achieving those things that you want. And because other women are out here doing it, it's proof that we can do it too. This was such an inspired episode, and I feel like this is such an important message because we have a lot of realists in our circle. We have a lot of people who are very logical and they don't want to take risks. They like to keep things close, right? Ooh, I don't know if I try that. That's risky. Ooh, you don't have any experience. Yeah, it's probably not going to go well. Are you sure you want to do that? Don't you have anything better you want to spend your time with? Well, you're a mom. You probably shouldn't do that. Or who do you think you are? Why do you think you can go do that? Well, I'm a goddess. That's exactly who I am. And I am capable of anything I set my mind to. I am capable of anything I believe I'm worthy of. And so even if you are not applying to Sports Illustrated or walking in Miami Swim Week, I know that you have massive dreams, wild goals, incredible things that you have always wanted to experience. And this is your massive, biggest permission slip to go do it. And if you feel like you don't have a supportive or encouraging circle or community of women, I would invite you to join our Goddess Guidance community. It is our private Facebook group where there are so many women supporting one another. We are lifting each other up. And it's an incredible place to chat and bounce ideas off of and get other resources. I have so many resources that I'm adding to this group, including affirmations, meditations, rituals, anything to help you on your journey. And so this is a beautiful, supportive community of other women, other goddesses, So if you feel like you need that support in your life, I would highly recommend you check out our group. That is a membership, and so you can find all the details on my website, goddessguidanceofficial.com. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I hope it was impactful for you, and wish me luck on the Sports Illustrated entry, because how cool is that? We are more than capable, and we are more than worthy. If you like this episode, please, please, please rate and review and share with any other goddesses that you believe need a little boost or some encouragement today. And I will see all of you lovelies next week.